All right, here with the best blow-by-blow guy there is, my man Jim Lampley. Jim got treated to another good fight. How the fight seemed to change on that cut. How much do you gauge that really changed the tempo of the fight and what was
changed everything? Yeah. I mean, the whole event, the whole evening with regard to those two fighters is about the cut. And I don't know if I've ever seen exactly that circumstance. The place where the cut takes place is the highest concentration of veins in the body. At the top of your skull, more blood comes to meet in a crossroads on the top of your skull than anywhere else in your body. So when he happened to cut him there with an elbow butt, he tapped into the central blood flow of Tszyu, and there was no way that blood was ever going to be stopped or even slowed down for a long time. And it's just a highly unusual circumstance. It's not fair. Life is unfair. That was not fair competition. That was unfair competition because one guy fouled the other with an elbow on the top of the head and cut him open in such a way that the blood flow was not going to be stopped.
If you had to gauge, Jim, how much of it was Fundora did what he did, he came on strong and won, and how much of it was the outcome was altered by the cut?
Outcome is altered. If the outcome is not altered by the cut, I don't think Fundora is ever in the position to win those rounds the way he did because Tszyu would have tactical command and mastery. He's a better boxer. And, I'm not going to downgrade Fundora. He did what he had to do under the circumstances. All credit to him. I might have a fun night-long argument with a judge sometime about giving all those rounds to him. But at the end of the day, the fight was about the cut. It presented Tszyu with what became an insurmountable problem. And if the cut had been anywhere else on the body, it wouldn't have been the same thing. It was because it was right there on the top of the skull, which is where all the blood flow concentrates.
I believe you called the fight when Kostya Tszyu lost to Vince Phillips.
I did.
Do you think his son will have similar success after this setback the way his father did, or?
There was nothing different about Kostya after the Vince Phillips shot, other than that he had a loss on his record. I don't think there'll be anything different about Tim Tszyu as the result of tonight, other than that he has a loss on his record. So tonight he's just like his dad, except that his dad got hit with a clean, perfect, legitimate right-hand shot. Tim Tszyu got hit with an elbow on the top of the head. That's not a boxing move.
Any surprise, Jim, that he wasn't particularly vocal about a rematch? He called out Spence and Crawford despite the loss. And is there anything?
Why would he want to fight a 6'5" guy again? In envisioning all the problems that could arise from fighting against a gangly 6'5", 154-pound fighter. It's an odd physical specimen. But surely the possibility he didn't conjure was, at a given moment, he'll bring his elbow down on the top of my skull, and I'll bleed so much from that point forward that judges wind up giving him rounds.
Jim, how are you feeling? That first fight back, Canelo Charlo, that was like a welcome back, but now you're back in the swing of things. How are you feeling after?
Well, after tonight, I know I'm back because we had a bizarre event. We'll have a controversy discussion, all the things that normally are part of my ongoing life in boxing. So, yeah, it's great to be back in the mix, and I look forward to running into some people who disagree with what I said.
And just before I let you go, looking ahead to things, Haney and Garcia a couple weeks from now.
I have a natural distrust of social media. And because I have a natural distrust of social media, I have a natural distrust of Brian Garcia. He may prove me wrong and demonstrate that he's a lot better than I think he is. But to me, Devin Haney is a skilled boxer with athletic talent and craft, and has proven it against significant opposition. I make him a pretty solid favorite against Ryan Garcia.
When you look at Ryan's natural abilities with speed and power, the stuff he can't touch, do you view him as an underachiever?
Do I view him as an underachiever? No, not necessarily. This is a hard craft. This is a really hard sport. You have to have great inner talent. I'm sure he's doing as well as he can. I honestly believe that. He's doing just as well as he can. He's only got one loss. He's had some good wins. He's got a sizzling left hook. I don't think he's as good an all-around fighter as Oscar De La Hoya was, but I understand the public affection because he has a lot of the same kind of charm. But Devin Haney's the real thing.
Is he? Do you think he can assume the pound for pound number one at some point?
Devin Haney can
yes.
I think he's definitely going to be, if he keeps winning, a candidate for number one pound for pound. He's got to win this next fight first.
Have you had a chance to really look at Tank Davis just yet? Really is.
No, I have not had a close look at Tank Davis, so I couldn't give you an evaluation about Tank Davis, other than that I know he can box and I know he can punch, and I know he's a southpaw.
Well, I'm sure you do look forward to getting that look at him pretty soon.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jim, for your time.
Great to talk to you.